What's up guys, it's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm back at it again, bringing you 40 facts on the Warhammer 40k universe. If you guys don't know yet, we have hit 1,000 likes on our Facebook page, which means giveaway time. So watch our previous video, the 40 facts on Ragnar Blackmane Part 2. That'll give you a little bit more information, but the meat of all this is on our Facebook page. So if you're not yet liked or subscribed to our Facebook page, head on over there. And then there's going to be a post telling you what you have to do in order to be eligible to win an awesome 40k prize. Now it is a surprise, so it can range from a codex to some minis to maybe both. So you never know. Now, in the spirit of giveaways, we are also doing a art contest. Now that has been extended an extra week just to allow any stragglers to send in their submissions. So there's one more week for that, guys. I'll let you guys know when the submissions are over. But anyway, let's get to this epic Orky video covering their awesome airplanes, choppers, and all this awesome Orky stuff that they do. So here is 40 facts on Ork vehicles, part 3. Get to the war chopper! That's what they would say, but they're called warcopters. So warcopters are also sometimes nicknamed Chinorks. Now they are large troop-carrying rotary aircraft used by Ork warbands. They're not as common as their Deathchops, but they are geared less towards raining destruction and more towards delivering as many boys to the battlefield as possible. The big mechs consider warcopters to be a more prestigious accomplishment due to their large size and complexity. They feature two huge rotor blades at either end and a long open fuselage with a cluster of rocket jets on one side and a cunning steering system on the other. Though they are primarily designed for troop transport, they nonetheless pack a heavy punch with twin-linked def guns, big shooters, sometimes even scorches, rocket launchers, or custom mega blasters. One of the more common aircraft used by the Orks is the fighter bomber, which represents all the facets of Ork culture: speed, guns, noise. Fighter bombers are created by the few mechs who are interested in aircraft. As with all Ork vehicles, fighter bombers are kit-bashed affairs that usually defy the laws of nature and fly despite their ungainly, brutish construction. The Ork fighter is the smallest type of aircraft produced by Ork mech boys. They are used for dogfighting and ground attacks. They are built for speed and firepower, typically carrying big shooters and a small wing of bombs and rockets. Despite its crude design, a fighter is easily a match for any Imperial Navy fighter, and its engine is remarkably effective, capable of producing a huge amount of thrust. Ork fighter pilots love nothing more than to fly in close to enemy aircraft and tear it apart with a hail of Daka. Now here's a question for you guys. What's faster than a war buggy, more killy than a war bike, and flies through the air like a bird? I got no bleeding idea, but I'm gonna find out. And the answer is Gersh 1's favorite vehicle for the Orks, the Deathcopter. Deathcopters are the most common type of Ork aircraft. It is a single-seated attack craft comprising little more than a warbike frame, screamed through the air on a jet-assisted rotor blade, whirling above the pilot's head. There is little standardization in Deathcopter design, which is no surprise, since mech boys usually don't ever make the same machine twice. Because of it, Deathcopters often feature some unusual and strange modifications. Their armaments usually consist of a twin-linked big shooter or rocket launchers, and they may feature a custom mega blaster, a big bomb, or a huge buzzsaw that's useful for hacking off heads while flying over enemy infantry. Now, despite their ramshackle appearance, Deathcopters can be very effective on the battlefield and very deadly in assaults. Their main role is one of long-range reconnaissance, locating targets for the main tribe to prey upon. They usually fly in squadrons of 3, and they range ahead of the rest of the main force, and by triumph of willpower, they turn away the enemy in order to return from the lads where the juicy target is located. The Deathcopter pilots favor airborne attacks, using their deadly weaponry to ravage the enemy before charging in to decapitate them with their reinforced rotor blades, a risky but popular tactic. The Ork Blitz bomber is an Ork dive bomber suitable for the bravest or the craziest flyboys. These aircrafts aim their bombs by diving at the target, releasing their boom bomb at the very last moment possible, something which tends to panic the onboard grot gunner. As every flyboy knows, you must go faster when plummeting downwards, and some orcs completely forget to pull out of their dive and end up smashing into the ground. Once they've blown everything up, and hopefully not themselves, there is a pair of super shooters ready to mop up any stray or squishy targets. The Ork Heavy Bomber. Born from the Ork belief that bigger is better, bombers fulfill many of the Ork's inner desires. They are big, fast, loud, and cause massive amounts of random destruction. The main problem is that there aren't many Orks willing to pilot them, so most of the crew consist of Gretchen, who have the dangerous duty of pushing the unstable bombs off the rear ramp. The infamous Ork mech boy, Orkimedes, was inspired by the Imperial Marauder bombers during the Third War for Armageddon, and he would produce a low-flying ground attack variant of the bomber known as the Blaster Bomber, which was armed with shooters, zap guns, and rockets. Next up is the Ork Burner Bomber, an attack aircraft. For some flyboys, guns might not be as fun as flamethrowers. Orcs love fire, and it was inevitable that someday a Mech would think of attaching canisters of volatile promethium to the underside of an Ork bomber. Thus, the Burner Bomber was born. It is equipped with incendiary bombs and missiles, and this aircraft performs attack runs at low altitude. Such a technique is predictably dangerous, not only for the Ork, but for their targets as well. Next up is the always deadly Eject Jet, which is a fighter aircraft specializing in both air-to-air and ground attack missions. It is a blur of color and noise amidst the smoke and clamor of battle. The Jacket Jet is propelled by a single massive jet engine. It roars through the sky, guns blazing, near constant stream of bullets coming out. It torments fleeing infantry or enemy aircraft. Jacket Jet pilots believe firmly in quantity over quality, and commonly bolt as many guns as possible to their aircraft. Some of those bullets are bound to hit the target after all. From the outside, Jacket Jets share many common features. However, like most Ork vehicles, no two Jacket Jets are truly the same. However, no matter the design and customizations, Jacket Jets carry thousands of rounds of ammunition. Their pilots are known to be a cut above other flyboys, with legends such as the Crimson Baron, the Sky Shredder, and the Blue Mech having scored countless kills. Up next is the Wazboom Blast Jet. There's nothing more satisfying to an Ork than going fast, having lots of DACA, and screaming "Wah!" really loudly. Mastering all three of these aspects, these improvised flying machines are covered in an improbable weaponry and are piloted by the craziest of mech boys. Wazboom Blast-Jets fly in tight mob formations, competing to see who can blow up stuff in the most hilarious manner. The more hapless enemies dissolved by searing energies, teleport into oblivion, or hurled through the skies to their measly demise, the better. Every kill means more scrap for the mech boys to gather up and nail to the Blast-Jet squadrons. They typically sport mech boy weaponry, including twin custom Mega Blasters, a teleporter Mega Blaster, a smash gun, stick bomb launchers, and big shooters. For defense, it utilizes a custom force field. And lastly, we have one of the weirdest and most bizarre aircraft for the Orks, the Mine Layer. Ork mech boys create all kinds of strange vehicles, and one of the most bizarre is the 50 tons of floating metal known as the Mine Layer. This craft is suspended in midair by powerful repulsor fields and uses its powerful engines to propel itself in clouds of black smoke. It is sometimes armed with a kill cannon or multiple big shooters, and it features bomb bays. These usually contain row upon row of specially built repulsor mines, which themselves contain weaker repulsor fields. These mines are placed by Mine Layer Claw, and after their fields are activated, they float in midair until someone passes under them. This will collapse the delicate repulsor field, causing the mine to fall on top of him. The unlucky trespasser is torn to shreds by a massive explosion, if the fall of the heavy mine didn't already kill them first. Mine Layer mine grabbers are also used for light crane work by Ork Mech boys. The craft is sometimes used as a dropship, its bays filled with angry boys instead of mines. And that's all I've got for the vehicles of the infamous Orks. Let me know what you guys thought about these. I, for one, love the Jacket Jet. It looks pretty cool how it's just a bunch of scrap. Well, technically they're all just a bunch of scraps that are flying. Anyway, Jacket Jet will always have a special place in my heart. That's why Gersh needs a Jacket Jet, guys. Tell him so he can buy one and I can blow it to smithereens with my broadsides. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you. Don't forget, we do have a giveaway going on in our Facebook page, so head on over there so you could win some awesome prizes. Also, the art contest has been extended an extra week, so hurry up and send your submissions if you haven't already. Once again, you can send them to the Facebook page. And then always, thank you guys for being awesome subscribers. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video so that you guys can tell YouTube that, hey, we love 40k no matter what PETA says. And that's all I've got. As always, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.